Well, it's Tuesday morning, and we're in Ecclesiastes chapter 11 this morning, and it's an interesting one. So remember, don't shoot the messenger. But there are times in life where you just kind of have to be reminded that we're supposed to be a part of a kingdom that works, that is busy about the Lord's work. Many of us are busy about our own work, or some of us are just watching it all happen. And I mean the Lord's work. I don't mean you're sitting idly by at home doing nothing. I mean there's work to be done in the kingdom of God, and only a select few are actually willing to allow that time to be allocated out of their lives. Ecclesiastes 11, Solomon makes an observation, and remember, it's okay to look at a sunrise. I was just back and forth with someone in our church with sunrise photos this morning, and so don't misunderstand the point here. It's when we only do these things that we're really unfruitful in the kingdom. So let me read it to you, and then I'll give you some more thoughts at the other end. So Ecclesiastes 11, verse number 4, it says, "He that observeth the wind shall not sow, and he that regardeth the clouds shall not reap." That means basically if I let a little wind keep me from the duties, if I let a little cloud cover keep me from going out to the harvest. I mean, those are the people that find a lot of excuses for not being able to participate in the Lord's work, whether by plan or just the way we operate. Sometimes we operate at a high excuse level. In the next verse it says, "As thou knowest not what is the way of the Spirit, nor how the bones do grow in the womb of her that is with child, even so thou knowest not the works of God who maketh all. In the morning sow thy seed, and in the evening withhold not thy hand. For thou knowest not whether shall prosper, either this or that, or whether they both shall be alike good." And so Solomon's really trying to urge us here to take opportunity when opportunity presents itself. When we know it's the season to sow seed, we sow seed. When we know it's the season to reap, let's get out there and reap. And so he's saying, don't find excuses to not be involved in God's kingdom. Many people are finding 100 other things they could do. And I realize that with COVID shutdowns still lingering months and months and months later, people have gotten into a sequence, and I'm not talking about those that are at risk or those that have had it in their families and are being very cautious. I'm talking about those that have really no other reason for not being involved than I'm just busy doing the other things I'd prefer to do. Well, Solomon says, hey, look, you don't know which parts are going to be the parts that God blesses, so be busy about the Lord's work. Don't miss opportunity. Make the most of every opportunity. We need to be at work in the Lord's kingdom. Did you know that there are no spectators in God's house? All are to worship him, all are to adore him, all are to be a participant in his work. I've had people leave the church over that teaching right there, that they don't want to hear that everyone's supposed to work. Well, everyone has something specific to contribute. Think about this. We're all so unique. God is saying to this individual in this passage, you are so unique that when the opportunity comes for you to serve, serve. When your opportunity to be involved, get involved. No excuses. Let's be about the work of the Lord. Because each one of us, no matter how low you might think of yourself or how high you might think of yourself, we all have opportunity to participate in the Lord's work. And so my encouragement to you is, don't let the culture we live in today and the circumstances in which we live have you relegated to nothing. Contribute where you can. We have people out there that are just prayer warriors. That's a part of it. If you look at several books like Nehemiah, I was reading there this morning, that every so often at the end of a chapter, Nehemiah would pray. I mean, this guy was a prayer warrior. We'll talk more about him in the coming days, but think about the things you can do, reaching out to people, making sure that they're okay. If you're going to go to the store for them. It's really about community, the community of the body of believers. It's not the pastor's responsibility to make all the phone calls and make sure everyone's okay. It is all of our responsibility to look out for each other. And so I want to encourage you, no more excuses. Let's be about the work. Let's not watch the sun rise too much or the wind blow too much or the clouds come in. Let's get rid of those excuses and get busy about the work. Right now, the clouds, it's COVID-19. Right now, the clouds is California's mandate to stay at home. Let's be about the Lord's work. Let's not let any of those things hinder us from the opportunities before us. And I hope that helps you have a strikingly different day. Enjoy your day.